hi if anyone's watching. So I'm making a video for the first time in forever. I've had a few subscribers over the last little while, so some of you might have seen previous videos I had done, but they were not up to my standard. They weren't exactly what I liked. I was just kind of doing it to try it and see how I felt about it. So this is going to be my first official video. Just want to get that little blurb out of the way first. So yeah, thank you for those of you who have stuck around since way back when I was doing videos that were just a complete mess. And thank you to anyone who is new, who clicked onto my channel and decided they want to watch me for whatever reason. I appreciate people who stay and new people. I appreciate all of you because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Like, I enjoy doing this. I was a little nervous about doing it at first, but I feel like I've had enough people come up to me and ask me questions about my makeup, about my skincare, a lot about my eyebrows. So I feel like it was a sign to just do it. So again, thank you for every ounce of support that you have given me and that you will give me, because it really does mean a lot to me and it does make a huge difference. So all that aside, this video is going to be about Marc Jacobs, mainly the Shameless foundation, but also two other products from Marc Jacobs. So I guess it's kind of a Marc Jacobs complexion products, first impression, and wear test as well. So if you're interested in seeing that, then continue watching. So this all started, I went to Sephora to find a new foundation to replace my BB cream. Because I didn't like that there was a cast in the BB cream I was wearing. I was wearing the Dr. Jart Beauty Balm, but it had an SPF in it, and I found that it kind of ended up giving me that white cast. Also because it was pretty light, because I have gotten a little bit darker. I know it doesn't really look like it, but I have. So it wasn't matching well. And my thing is, I don't want a heavy foundation because my skin is super reactive. It breaks out really easily, but also it's sensitive. So if I wear a really heavy foundation, I just want to scratch at my face and it drives me insane. So I was looking for more of like a lightweight foundation that could be buildable for those nights out, but it can be also very sheer for daily use. And I came across the Marc Jacobs Shameless. I remember when this first came out, it was a little while ago, so I'm a little late, but I know they use it for a lot of models, like for catwalks and stuff like that. But then in real life, a lot of people said that they didn't like it as much, and then some people said they did, and it depends on application. So that's basically what I'm going to be figuring out today. So it comes like this. It's a 32 ml bottle, so it's kind of a random size, I feel, but it is what it is. There were quite a few shades, although I did have issues finding my skin tone, like I did, as well as the employee who worked at Sephora with the color IQ. So it might not be easy for you to find your shade, unfortunately, but I found one that's close enough for me that should work. If I get darker, I'll just use bronzer. If I get lighter, oh, I don't know what I'll do then, but we'll see. It's a lighter weight coverage, so what I find with those is that, okay, look, I just open it and it's already dripping down the bottle, so that drives me nuts. Oh my god, it's so messy, it's everywhere. Okay, I'm starting this sooner than I thought, so, because it's dripping everywhere. What a design flaw. Okay, so anyways, that just kind of ruined my itinerary, but okay. So what I was reading on Sephora is that some people hated it, some people liked it. I found a lot of people who liked it said that they applied it with their fingers. So I'm going to do one side with fingers, one side with a brush to see how the application affects it. So obviously this side is going to be fingers. Just gonna go in here a little. Like, I used to not like applying things with my hands. But I've kind of gotten back into it because I find it's more natural, which is kind of what I've been going for lately, so that could be why I've gotten into it more. So that's it. applied with my hands, which was what people recommended. But I know a lot of people are like, I don't want to do that. I want to use my brushes. So I'm also going to go in with a Morphe face brush. It's not one of the ones with the letters on it, so I can't tell you what it is. I don't have a Morphe code, so I'm going to plug a code of someone who I really support and love, which is James Charles. So use code James for 10% off at Morphe. Wouldn't it be nice if he saw that plug? And he's like, oh my god, you're honestly the sweetest. Want to be friends? And then that'd be great. But that's my dreamland. Okay. So, going in, the brush did pretty much did nothing, like, when you compare them. So, I'm going to blend in the forehead one with my hands, as recommended. And then I'm going to go back in on the brush side with my fingers. So I know it's not the brush because I used my Morphe brushes for other things and it was a flawless application. I think it's just that this is a really watery foundation and therefore brushes just don't work well for it. A beauty blender might, but I've been over beauty blenders for a while now because they keep ripping when you clean them and they're like, I don't know, I just find them too high maintenance for me. So it's either fingers or brushes, but no beauty blenders. Alright, so that is that. So that's what the foundation looks like on. I'm not going to set it with a powder because it said that it's self-setting. So we'll see if that's actually true or not. Right now it's still a little tacky, but it's drying down. So that's good. The other thing I was going to try, I found 2 of these. I was at Marshall's the other day, which is kind of like, if you don't know what it is, it's kind of like a discounted store like Winners, and it's a part of TJ Maxx. And I came across these, the Covert sticks. They were $13 there, and I know like on Sephora's website I think they're around 43 or 46, so I kind of felt the need to pick them up because at that point, why not? So I got 2 colors. I got Covert Affairs, which is for covering redness, as well as Bright Now, which is for dullness. So this is what they look like. Woo! I'm a mess. So this is what they look like. The light is a little bright, so it can't focus. I like the slick packaging and how small they are. I feel like they're good for traveling. Not that I travel a lot, but still, I feel like that's a good point. And they just kind of go up like a little deodorant stick. Let me see if I can get that to focus a little better. So that's the color. It's like a green and orange, which makes sense because this is the one for redness, which I do have some redness I'm going to cover. The reason why, like, I feel like usually I would put concealer before, but when I was looking at the reviews for these sticks on Sephora, a lot of people said that they worked better by putting them on after. So I'm going to use my finger because I don't like applying directly to, and a lot of people didn't recommend doing that, so I'm just going to use my finger to go in a little bit, get some on my hand, and then just kind of like dab it onto my red areas. Or you know what? I'm going to try it with a stick just because I feel like some people might want to do that. So I'm just going to take a stick. Okay, well obviously you get a lot more quicker. Then I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to buff it out with my fingers. And see how that works. So I find that it did cover a bit. But I did notice when I like went to use it on my finger that it was really, really light coverage. But I guess that makes sense because it's not like necessarily a concealer. It's made to just cancel out redness. And I do notice a difference in person. So I feel like because this lighting is a little harsh, maybe that's why it looks like there's still redness showing through. But on my end, I feel like there isn't. There's a little on my chin. And put some there. I'll try it with a brush just to see how that goes. Okay, so I find that did work okay with a brush, which is good. So I did find that the Covert Affairs did work. It did cancel out some of my redness, so I'm happy about that. So the next one is Bright Now. So let me adjust that a little for you. So it's blue and salmony. which for brightening, usually you do use the salmon color like on your eyes and stuff like that, so makes sense. I'm not sure how I feel about the blue, but we'll see. I know this is the most unnecessary mirror. It's like the Moschino palette from Sephora, but it's the biggest mirror I have, so I'm using it. So I'm going to put a little bit of it under my eyes. So that's usually where you want to brighten. Down my nose, middle of my forehead. I'll do my Cupid's bow. Oh, that's really bright. Okay, so let's try the finger application. Finger's okay. Ooh, this one, okay, so I feel like the Covert Fairs was almost more of like a wet feeling, whereas this one's more powdery. So I kind of like that better because I feel like it's not going to like really move around on the skin and be annoying like that. So let me just finish putting that in under my eyes and then my forehead. So yeah, as I said, I feel like it has more of a chalky, powdery consistency, which is, I like it. If you have dry skin, will you like it? Maybe not. I do find that you can kind of see it like on my forehead, so I'm just gonna blend it a little bit with a brush so it looks more blended and seamless. But overall, I think I like it. I think I do. It's not, that's the thing, is that like, is it a big wow difference? Not really. But these products aren't made to be like that. They're made to be like natural enhancers. So if you're looking for, if you're a minimalist and you just want to do, you want to keep it simple and you just want to enhance, and these could be great products for you, especially if you find them at the discounted price like I did. But if you're looking for heavy coverage, or you're looking for to go out and you want to do like your whole war paint, as I call it, then this won't be that product. But for me, I like it. I like to do simple, natural makeup. One other thing I want to test is just how it works with other products. So I'm going to finish the rest of my stuff. So I'm going to bronze up a little with my Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer with my Morphe powder brush. Again, there's no code on it, so I can't tell you which one it is, but I'm just gonna bronze a little bit and see how this works together, because I know sometimes when I use concealers, like, I don't know what is with concealers with me, but when I use, my hair, but if I'm going to use concealers, my powder products don't sit properly on top of it, which is kind of annoying, because everything else works fine, like foundations and whatever, so that drives me a little nuts. But so that's why I want to do this test quickly to see. So next I'm going to do my blush with the Kylie Cosmetics in Hopeless Romantic. Again, another Morphe brush with no brush number. Can't help you there. Whoa, okay, this is my first time using this Morphe blush brush, and oh my god, okay, it picks up color, like, so my brushes I was using before were like, from Shoppers Drug Mart. They were a little on the cheaper end. I've had them for years, so I had to like really dig into my products. I just barely tapped it, and like, look at all that color. Like, geez, brushes really do make a difference. So I'm gonna just gently tap and then go in. Okay, much better, much better. So, note to self, when using Morphe brushes, you really don't need a lot of product, because it really picks up, so that's nice. Okay, so that's my blush. Highlight, I'm gonna go in with my, where did that brush go? I swore I just had it. Anyways, I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Love Light Ray of Light highlighter. Oh, you can't really tell. I really like it. There's a big, huge indent in it because I use my fan brush, because I like to keep natural on my highlighters. I don't like to go too overboard. Just gonna apply that there. And a little bit over here. to get a little bit of glow. But I get really oily throughout the day, so like I don't normally use a lot of highlighter. Because then I get shiny, and it's not a fun time. I like to just like go over my cupid's bow with my finger to really put some on there. And that's about that. So, let me see how this worked. Okay, it's sitting actually really smoothly. Yeah, wow, okay. So, I was a little worried about the self-setting because I thought like it wouldn't set, it wouldn't dry down. It might end up giving, like I find when I don't set a powder, it really settles into my pores and then it gives me this textured look that I don't like. It's not doing that. Like I find it doesn't even really look like I'm wearing foundation. So it just looks smoother, so I like that. The covert sticks, they so far play well with others, with at least my powdered products. So from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to wear the foundation a little bit throughout the day, and then I'm going to come back and do a check-in and see how well the Shameless wears. So thank you for watching this video. I know it might not be up to Beauty Guru's standard because I am just starting. I don't have the best setup. I'm using a really harsh little square clip on your phone light, but you know, homegirl's trying. Gonna get a setup eventually, but for now I would appreciate any feedback you have on more so content related. What would you like to see? What you thought of my video? And yeah, that's just pretty much it. I want to hear back from all 2 of you viewers because I want to be able to engage with you guys after every video so that I can provide more of what you'd want to see instead of just taking a guess and then like you don't like it and we both lose. So yeah, if you liked watching me, then please hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified when I upload another one. And thanks again for watching. Okay, so I did my wear test. It's been roughly 6 to 8 hours. I'm not quite sure, but I can't leave it on any longer because I have other things that I have to do and I don't want to wear what I consider a full face of makeup while I do other things around the house. I don't know, I just feel weird because then I sweat in it, so I am going to take it off. It doesn't look very different from when I first applied it, to be honest. Possibly a little bit shinier here and here, but I didn't use any powder because it's self-setting, so I didn't put any translucent powder, and I haven't used any blotting powder, which normally I do. I usually use the Fenty Invisi-Matte, so I'll probably just end up using that on days that I wear this out and I need to, but I'm not even mad at it because the shine's exaggerated from the light that I'm using because it's so concentrated and like really bright and it's just all in one small area, so it really accentuates because like in person there's no excessive shine, like it just looks like normal healthy skin without makeup on it. So overall I do highly recommend the Marc Jacobs Shameless foundation. Very easy to use, very natural, very lightweight. It's not driving me insane. I don't feel like I have stuff on my face. It did set itself. It's not sticky or tacky. And I also do recommend the the covert sticks. So I think these are great, especially for the value I got them at. But even if I didn't get them at that value, I would still like them just as much because I do find that they made a difference. The different consistencies they threw me off a little bit because I was expecting them to be the same since they're the same product, but they're not. So for the brightening one, I do recommend buffing it out with a brush because it has that chalky consistency. But with the green one, I feel like that one, just dab it on with your fingers or brush if you want to, but you don't need to. I find because it has a more wet formula, it just blends in very nicely. It doesn't sit on the skin and leave like a harsh line like the bright one did. But both great products, both I can tell a difference. I am obsessed with my skin, how it looks right now with the 3 Marc Jacobs products. They play well with my Kylie Cosmetics, my Too Faced, and my Tarte, so I'm very happy about that. I can definitely see myself sticking to this foundation and also recommending it to other people because it's one of the only ones that I've actually genuinely felt good in my skin in, and it doesn't look like I'm wearing a cakey mask or anything like that. So yes, 10 out of 10 would recommend. Other than shade range could be a little difficult, so that in terms of that I kind of bring it down to a 7, because it ends up being, if you're lucky enough to find your shade, then it's a great 10 out of 10 product. Other than that, no complaints at all. It's perfect. I love it. So let me know if you end up giving it a try, or if you're considering it, or if you have tried it, what were your experiences with it. And yeah, that's it. So thanks, and I hope it helped some of you.